Hey guys, what's going on? Nick here with another episode 9 to 5 Crypto, and there are 5 big things coming to Gala Games in 2023. Well, there's technically more, but Gala Games just had a recent leak of a barrage of information on a slide deck show of like 45 or so slides. And yes, some of it's just really marketing ploys and such, but there's some valuable information in it. There are some tokenomic changes. Yes, Gala is going to be central to all of this and being burned more and more as more game developers are building on the Gala chain and bringing games to Gala Games itself. So it's all exciting news. So if that sounds interesting to you, consider sticking around, and let's get to the breakdown right now. All right, and for our number one spot of the biggest updates for 2023 for Gala Games is games. Yes, you may have guessed it is in the name itself. And well, guys, they're focusing on games in 2023, and it's pretty exciting. I mean, they have over 40 titles in development, 12 more games themselves. Like 12 games are set to launch in 2023. Please let me know down in the comments below which games do you think they're actually going to release in 2023. If they stand by that and they do release 12 games, what do you think it's going to be? Do you think one of them is going to be Miranda's? Do we think we're going to finally get Miranda's, or do you think it's too early for that? And as we're talking about games, themes, genres of games are so important, and they're covering a wide list of genres and themes, and I love that. But I would also love to see trivia. Well, why, Nick? Why do we like to see trivia? Well, trivia is fun. If you played Trivia Crack or something, I mean, you can play it with a wide variety of audiences and ages. You can play with your like little siblings or cousins or whatever, or nephews or nieces. And also Xbox back in 2021, an article popped out that they're still considering bringing back a new 1 versus 100. And if you're back from the old Xbox 360 age and era, you've played this game before, and it's fun. One person competes against 100 other people in trivia for prizes, and it was usually around Microsoft points and so on. But you could play it like daily or weekly at times, and it was just a fun game where you could collectively play it. It's massively multiplayer online, and I think it would fit perfectly within a play and earn aspect, or play to earn, whatever you want to call it. Again, blockchain games would be really a good fit, I think, for a 1 versus 100 themed trivia game. Gala Games, you listening? And another huge part about the games aspect of these big updates that's coming to 2023 for Gala Games is that they have a strategic move into mobile gaming, which is so important because, let's admit it, guys, most of us have some sort of smartphone, etc., and you don't have to have some expensive console, which, phones are almost as expensive as consoles. But again, people have more uses for a phone, right? You can do things with it. You can make calls, you can check email, you can text your friends, whatever. You can send memes and gifs galore to your friends and laugh about stupid shit. But again, there's a lot of people that have different mobile games, and there's a lot of people that apparently still play mobile games, and that's roughly about 2.7 to 2.8 billion people that are doing mobile games, generating billions of dollars in revenue. So again, I think if you're talking about accessibility and just bringing more people into the Gala Games ecosystem, this is a super important strategic move by Gala Games that cannot be undermined at all. Now, the last part of the games aspect is that there's updates coming to currently playable games in Gala Games. And I think that this is an important aspect to point out. And Townstar, Towncoin, well, it is getting replaced by Gala Token itself. Gala Token will be the new deflationary asset that is being burned and used on transactions via Gala Games, Gala Chain, GYRI. But there's also social functions, NFT level ups, decorations, microtransactions, persistent towns, visual updates, and expanded competitions. I think one of the biggest points in here that could be useful as well as functional use case of NFTs is that you can actually level them up by playing the game, earning, etc., and then respinning those earnings back in game to then level up your NFT. So it encourages people to really hodl their coins, keeping them in the ecosystem, and then actually use them. So it increases the utility, which, kind of increases scarcity overall just on the open market of being traded. So can inherently increase the value of a token over time potentially. And I think that's just a cool little nifty idea of leveling up your NFTs, which we see in Spire Tanks. Speaking of Spire Tanks has some updates, and all players now start with an honor system score of 300 out of 1200, giving them the ability to immediately claim 25% of rewards earned through positive actions such as play. And also positive action should be like not getting reported or monitoring toxicity over reports in chat and not being a douchebag to your fellow player, teammate, etc. Because 1, you're on a team, and just being an asshole doesn't help your team perform. 2, again, just go out and do a random act of kindness to someone, and I'm sure that they'll be appreciative of it, and it actually might make you feel good inside as a human being instead of being an asshole. Just food for thought, but ranting aside, positive actions will also gain 25% more honor points than they did previously. And for the last part that I think is really important here is that you can only withdraws 2 silk per day. I do think this is positive and negative. On one side, it's positive from a tokenomic standpoint because it's incentivizing holding, hodling, keeping it in the ecosystem, etc. Again, talking about the scarcity outside in the market, not devaluing things because people are just constantly dumping their silk tokens, right? It's encouraging reusing those silk tokens, just like the NFT level ups that they already have deployed in there. But again, I want to see this somewhat maybe limited in its aspect of deployment because there's people that might, rely on this somewhat to pay a utility bill, to be honest. There's people in economic circumstances that could be earning this, and it might not be a lot right now, but they might be able to use it and do something with it. And it might be useful to them, to have a little bit more that they can withdraw per day and actually use in their real lives. So again, just for people in certain economic situations, I would like to see that maybe not be such a limiting factor per day and what you can actually get out of your game. And for the last update on these games is that Superior released, November 16, 2022, which is crazy because time is flying, but it launched on Steam and it's also getting new content, right? So update your games currently, give them more content to, churn through. And that's awesome because not everyone wants to play the same content over and over again. Besides, if you're playing Vampire Survivors, because that game is the shit. But again, you're going to get a new environment off-world along with an additional boss, power set, and playable characters. In-game actions such as Melee Lite will also be updated to enhance gameplay and make the gameplay or the game itself console ready. So maybe that's the biggest announcement part of this, the games themselves, is that they're making their games not to just be on PC or just their site or just Steam even. Seems amazingly big, but also consoles, man. So many people have Xbox consoles, and trust me, if I could talk my friends into actually participating, hopping on here, playing some more Superior with me, then they constantly play other bullshit games or whatever and don't earn shit. Think about that. Accessibility. And also just talking your friends into coming and playing. Hey man, you can download this game for free right now on Xbox. Want to try it out? A lot of people probably say yes. All right, for a second point, it is going to be a lot briefer because, again, games is what this channel is mostly about. But again, Gala Music is set to launch in Q1 of 2023. Thank freaking God. Bless ya, because, I was a Gala Music player, node, holder, hodler, whatever. And I've been running mine, collecting my little decibels, my little drips of decibel. Yeah, but I've been wondering, hey, when am I going to be able to actually throw some of these tracks on my node or throw them on someone else's node or have someone throw their music tracks on my node? I would love to see all the utility, the 100% utility on this and the earning aspect really kick in. And I would love to see what the rewards are for all those decibels I've been stacking. So again, coming in 2023, really exciting. They have roughly 25,000 nodes set to go live in 2023 right now. They have a giant amount of different artists on here. Again, I think the music is important. You have Snoop Dogg, Steve Aoki. You have people that I probably should know about that I just don't know about because I'm fucking getting old, man, and getting old sucks. And some other things you're going to see is a continued weekly release of new tracks and 15 to 20 emerging artists, launch of token and full platform release, again, with nodes online, legendary artist drop, and new content partner announcements. All of that targeted date, March 28th, 2023. So we'll see. That's the end of Q1, and that is coming up very, very quickly. And it doesn't just stop there. Gala is going to be a gas token for Gala Music. It is probably going to be a gas token for just about everything that you're going to see. So again, if it's a transactional gas token that's being burned every time that's being used in transactions, that's awesome, guys. I mean, they're really pumping up the burn on Gala and really trying to make it a very deflationary asset. And our third big announcement is Gala Film. This is the pillars of what they're building out here. Yes, Gala Games, Gala Music, and now Gala Film. Gala Film has about 6 months until full platform launch. That is just an estimation, but that is exciting for 2023. They have about 2.6 thousand early Gala Film content holders, and there's about 10 titles to come to Gala Film in 2023, which I think is really cool. And I think it's really cool that they're bringing like anime and shit in here because, you know what, anime's become so much more popular than when I was like a young little kid and teenager growing up watching Dragon Ball Z and shit. People are like, oh, it's nerdy and stuff. But you know what? It's huge now. A lot of people watch fucking anime. Like, go look up stats. There's millions and probably billions of people. But in Q1, you're going to get voting and NFT holder integrations, confirmations of 3 further film titles, even more coming, launch of the Cinema Club itself, Q2, full platform release with nodes online, films, streaming, watch and earn mechanics deployed. And it doesn't stop there. They also have different production partners that have produced shows for HBO, Showtime, ESPN, and so on. So there are some big names coming through here, Universals, etc. You know, Dwayne Johnson, Danny Garcia, there's Mark Wahlberg talk, etc. There's a lot coming here. And yeah, Mark Wahlberg and unrealistic ideas. And for our third biggest point is Gala Chain is going live in 2023, and that is so damn important because it's going to use like Gala as its, you know, tokenized native asset to be burned. So again, deflationary mechanisms, that's the whole theme of what's going on here with Gala. There's a lot of deflationary shit going on, but also the fact that Gala Chain is going to be a lean transactional chain to actually use, and the gas fees won't be out of control for people. So people will actually natively, naturally probably want to use it over things like Ethereum or other, you know, networks that have shitty gas fees. So that's pretty cool to see. Q1, Q2, you're also seeing music and film integration as well that we've already mentioned. Game integrations, of course, Q3 and Q4. Further game integrations, including The Walking Dead Empires, Poker Go, and Freestyle Football. 2 new other games coming. But yeah, we've seen Walking Dead Empires. Again, I played a whole thing. I'm now linked down in the comments below. But there's also peer-to-peer marketplaces as well. So I believe that Gala Games itself, there's been a small leak about, but I could see them definitely creating their own NFT marketplace. You know, their own OpenSea, if you will, peer-to-peer marketplace for NFTs and exchanging value. And for our fourth point of the biggest news come out for 2023 and upcoming for Gala Games is that founders nodes themselves are going to get bonus pools. So if you're running your founders nodes 24 hours a day like this freak is, well, you're going to be able to start getting bonus pools of Gala. So it's pretty cool. So you're going to be incentivized to run them longer than just 6 hours. But wait, there's more. Founders Node NFTs are coming, guys, and they're planning to do that in Q2 2023. AKA turn your NFT or turn your founders node into an NFT that you can then sell on OpenSea or another exchange. And so that's pretty cool. I think people have been wanting that for a long damn time right now. There's people that don't even want to be a part of the ecosystem anymore, might have a bad taste left in their mouth. Let them fucking go, as far as I'm concerned. If you don't want to be a part of it, you don't believe in it, that's fine. Go do whatever you want to do, and I think you should be able to sell your founders node, you know, at a fair market value, aka what a buyer and seller determine it to be in an open market. And so OpenSea utilizing that, making it an NFT and allowing someone to buy or sell these as NFTs will, you know, allow for that. So that's super cool that they're going to be doing that in Q2 2023. But again, pay attention here. The detail is in the fabric or the pudding or whatever the saying is here. The founders node vote is required. So if you have a founders node and you want NFTs, you want these to be turned into NFTs and be sellable, you need to go vote on the founders node vote when that comes to be. And for our fifth update of the biggest updates and things that are coming to the Gala Games ecosystem in 2023 is the Gala Game platform social aspects. Yes, guys. So again, I think what separates some gaming ecosystems is social aspects. I think Xbox nailed it with Xbox Live back in the day. Xbox 360 took it further, made parties, all these communication systems and things and incentives, you know, rewards and whatever for playing together and doing things and achieving things. I think this is very important. So they're bringing social logins to bring Web3 entertainment to a broader audience. Gala will lower the barriers to entry. Again, that's a really important business aspect because again, what do we want to do if we want to see more adoption in blockchain games, etc.? Lower the accessibility, increase accessibility by lowering the barrier to entry, right? So it's very important. Event reward listener. Gala wants to reward people for undertaking actions to support the ecosystem. These actions could be liking or sharing on social media, etc. So it's a great marketing ploy as well, rewarding people that are like marketing your system out there. But there's also Gala Friends, again, like an Xbox Live Friends system, etc. And self-service publishing. The integration of a self-service publishing platform will enable content creators and distributors to approach the Gala Founder Network and seek permission for publishing rights. If granted, the publisher will then be able to deploy their own NFTs. So they're going to be able to deploy their own NFTs as a publisher, potentially their own node network using Gala as a gas token. And guys, for my listeners paying attention, you probably picked up on a theme here. Gala is getting revamped. I mean, it's built into everything that Gala Games is doing, and all the different games and music and films that are being developed on the Gala Games ecosystem that's going to be developed on the Gala chain. It's going to use this Gala token as an asset that's going to be transactionally burned. And so that's going to increase deflationary tokenomics about the asset. And there's a whole breakdown about this. Again, the Gala token update, how it's moving from ERC20, aka Ethereum base, to its Gala chain, and so on, understanding its current supply. You know, I'm going to leave this down in the comments below. So if you want to dig through it, go ahead by all means. But again, you're going to see Gala token being used more and more as this system continues to grow. So really, it's going to become more and more deflationary, and it's going to increase that scarcity. And thus, in my belief, that just increases the value of the token long term. Again, I'm not going to tell you what price action is day to day or when to buy, sell, or hold. I'm not giving you financial advice. Go actually see a financial advisor if you're curious about that. But again, I do think the Gala ecosystem and Gala token as a whole long term is going to be very, 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 very deflationary. All right, guys. Well, how did I do with this video? Did I cover everything that you wanted me to cover? Were there things that I left out? Hint, hint. There are things I left out. Again, Vox. I didn't fully cover Vox. I think Vox is going to be a very useful thing, but I think it's going to be even more useful as the metaverse itself gets developed more and more, and Vox really has a place to play, so to speak. But would you like to see a separate video covering these Vox updates? Would you like to see a separate video breaking down the tokenomics a little bit more in detail? You know, past the overall theme of, yes, Gala token, be burned more games, more burn. You know, my caveman speak. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And again, what other games do you think are coming? Apparently, we're getting 12 games this year in 2023. Are we getting Mirandus? Please tell me yes. I hope so. But again, what game do you want to see released next in the Gala Games ecosystem? And as I always like to say, guys, happy weekend. Stay safe out there, and coffee's on me. Behave. Be good to your fellow person. Hold the door open for someone or be nice. A random act of kindness goes a long way. Peace.